So here with my man Marcus Ray. So Marcus, first things first, man, let's just talk about your debut in the booth. How do you think it went today?
Sam, I think it went pretty good. It was excellent. It was a great experience for me. It was a dream come true being from Columbus, Ohio, getting a chance to play in Michigan Stadium. And now, as an alum, I can come back and call a game at my alma mater. But I was prepared. There was a lot of prep that went into it, film study and meetings with coaches. But this was a great experience, something I would like to do every week.
All right, so I know you. I know you well. You're a confident guy. But was there that moment when you stepped in where you had a little butterflies, or was it always, just sure like when you stepped on the football field?
Honestly, I didn't have any butterflies. I just felt like as long as the producer told me what I needed to know ahead of time, and as long as I developed a rapport with Eric Collins and Lisa Byington, that I would be fine. And I just kept telling myself, Marcus, you know football. You're a football guy, and you have football eyes. Just use them, call it like you see it, and then tell a few stories and stay calm. So I was just trying to be myself on camera, but it was a great experience.
All right, so let's get into the game. I mean, obviously you were breaking it down as it went. Just your overall thoughts seeing Michigan in the game after the disappointment down in South Bend.
Well, I don't think Michigan was as prepared as they would like to think. I mean, their coaches said that they had a great week of practice. They said they were prepared against Notre Dame, and every time we hear that, we see some of the worst football. We saw some of the same mistakes. We saw penalties and we saw turnovers. But I think once Michigan settled down, it was really a tale of two halves. And once Michigan settled down on offense and ran the ball and then continued to play great defense, then they were just fine. But you just can't turn the ball over, especially a team like Miami. And they got 10 points off those turnovers, which kept Miami in the game, 17-10. At halftime, they were down.
Yeah, and you saw a turnover in special teams. You saw a fumble. You saw an interception. They're doing it in multiple ways. You've been there before. What do you do to address that? Because Brady said we have ball security issues throughout. It's not like you're looking at just one thing. What's the approach to kind of handle that?
Well, what you do is you make a total commitment as a team, offense, defense, and special teams, to take care of the football. Now, Devin's pass got tipped. I think he threw it in traffic. But even still, tip balls are part of the game. When it goes up, someone has to come down with it. Darboh completely just didn't protect the football, and he almost had another fumble when he had one of his catches where the ball kind of stuck out a little bit. But you have to make a commitment that the ball is the issue. Two hands on the football, definitely in traffic, something that you need to take care of. But the offensive line has to protect the quarterbacks, and when those skill positions when they get the ball in their hands in the open field, they have to expect contact, cover it up, point to point with both hands, elbows covering the tips of the football, and just go down if you have to. Darboh gave up the ball, but that was a great play by Miami as well. And then you have to run to the football as an offensive player just in case something bad happens, you can recover it.
All right, so Marcus, you mentioned Devin in there. Your assessment of his play, how do you think Devin performed?
I think Devin grew up today. And the thing I like about Nussmeier is he sets Devin up well with play action, with sprint out passes. He protects Devin from himself. I think Devin made all the right reads, except one time he went vertical when he had Jake Butt flying wide open across the middle. Devin went for the home run. But I think they protected him well for the most part. But anytime you use play action and misdirection, it's going to be hard to get to a quarterback. But Devin Gardner took a shot from low wood and stayed on his feet and found a way to get rid of the football. That showed me his toughness, that he's going to stand in there, take a hard pop from a defensive back, stay on his feet, break another tackle from Joe Donlin, number 46, the linebacker, stayed on his feet and still made a play. So Devin is in it to win it. I think he matured today. Being that he only threw one interception and it got tipped. It wasn't like he threw it straight to the defense, and I don't think that the coverages by Miami disrupted Devin's reads at all.
So, what your breakdown is diametrically opposed to the impressions that fans are sort of giving on Twitter. A lot of them think it's time to start looking at Shane Morris as the quarterback. Why is the move they're making the right one, or is it the wrong one to stick with?
Well, Devin gives you the best chance to win, and he's proven that with his numbers last year. If you don't have Devin Gardner on the field last season, you might win 3 or 4 games. Yes, he turns the ball over, but what people don't understand is in his previous 5 starts before the Notre Dame game, he threw 11 touchdowns and no interceptions. Okay? Now, when he plays bad, Michigan's offense is bad. But some of the coaches even have admitted that they don't always protect Devin. See, as a quarterback, you shouldn't be out there by yourself. But at the next level in the pros, that's why those guys get paid so much money, because they make all the reads. They don't look to the sideline. They have a microphone in their helmet, and the coach is always with them. But as far as I'm concerned, Devin Gardner's a football player, 3 different coordinators, 2 head coaches, 3 offensive systems, played wide receiver. He gives you the best chance to win. And right now, Michigan is in a state of urgency for a Big Ten championship. This is not a rebuild year. They're not a great team right now. Shane Morris, his time is coming, and you're going to need Shane Morris at some point in the season. His time is coming. But to bench Devin, I think you could change the entire morale of the football team.
Really? Okay, so, I mean, there are a lot of people that say you need to start playing for the future right now because he isn't going to get any better, talking about Devin. Do you believe that there is a path up, that there is a way forward as far as improvement, or is he what he's going to be this season?
I think Devin's going to get better every week. The level of competition is going to always dictate, I think, your performance, because you can go out and get off against a lesser opponent. You may not see the type of pass rush that you see versus like a Notre Dame, so your stats will go up, just like Devin Green's in the run game. He had 2 good breakout run games against 2 average football teams. But moving forward, you measure a man by how he performs. The entire team performs in big-time games. And Michigan's time is coming to where we're going to find out who should be in there and who shouldn't be in there, because from now on, it's real. Utah, Penn State, Minnesota, Rutgers. So before you just can Devin, I still think he gives you the best chance to win moving forward. And we'll find out in the next month of football who should be at quarterback.
So, and this is the last one on Devin, Marcus. You've been on teams, and you talked about it could disrupt and upset the morale. You know, what gives you that feeling, and what impact does that have if guys kind of feel like, oh, that was the wrong move?
Number one, a program like Michigan has loyalty to seniors. Devin is the only senior scholarship player on offense. He is the leader on offense, regardless if they voted on captains or not. A lot of those players look up to Devin. They watched him develop as a wide receiver and as a quarterback and make sacrifices for the team, played on a broken foot, broken toe against Ohio State, laid it on the line. So I think being on the team, see, I played at Michigan, so I know what it means to be a senior. And if you bench a senior right in the middle of the season, then that's going to discourage the rest of the young people who are about to be seniors. If you're saying we're going to play for the future and start sitting guys down, then now that can disrupt the entire morale of the team. And you can go back to what we had in 95 and 96 with a team divided. Remember, Scott Dreisbach was a redshirt freshman in 95. Those older quarterbacks on the roster didn't like that. So when you got younger players playing and you're losing, or the older guys feel like, okay, the coach is going to bench me because I'm not good enough or I can't get it done, let's play for the future. My statement about the future is now. The future is right now, and the best way to predict your future is to create it. And I just think Devin Gardner is a guy on that team that a lot of people look up to and respect. And if he gets done dirty, that could affect your recruiting in the city of Detroit. I mean, you can sever ties with a lot of programs that send kids here to say, look what they did to Devin Gardner. So the Michigan coaches are going to play the guys that give them the best chance to win, but you got to be loyal to your seniors, especially at the quarterback position.